How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video. If you clicked on this video, you either A, just finished watching Fast and the Furious 1, 2, and 3, and you want to get your ass into a car that will pick up babes and dust dudes left and right. Or B, maybe you just love my voice a lot and my voice helps you fall asleep. Maybe you're in class right now trying to, I don't know, drone out that annoying ass teacher with that worthless ass assignment. Don't worry, I am here to help you guys. But anyway, today I am going to be talking about 5 great cars to maybe get yourself into the car scene. Maybe you just want to try it out. Maybe, like I said, you've been seeing it online and maybe it's something that you might be into. And that's fine. You can get into the car scene at any time. Now, these cars on my list are my own opinion. I get this question asked a lot, and I usually start with this kind of a list, but it all depends on what you guys like. Now, before we get into the cars themselves, let me explain the parameters that I put up before selecting these cars. I wanted the cars to be relatively cheap. I'm talking $5K or less, and I wanted them to be mostly reliable and easy to modify, because that's what you're looking for when you're getting into the car scene. You don't want to go and buy a Prius and look for an exhaust for it afterwards. It's not going to happen. But those were my parameters, so let's dive right in with the first car. So this first car, I know you guys are going to think, well, Drew, you bag on that car a lot. Why are you even talking about it? The first car I recommend is a Honda Civic, anywhere between maybe 1992 and 2005. That is the 5th, 6th, and 7th generation. Those, in my own opinion, are a good starter car. Now, it depends on what you do with it. Please, if you did just finish watching Fast and the Furious, do not go and throw neon on it and big wings. You're going to look like Bozo the Clown, and you're not going to be in the car scene very long, because you're going to be embarrassed to drive the car. Unless maybe that's what you're really into. You know what? You can mod your car however you want, but modern day car scene has changed a lot from those Fast and the Furious movies. And maybe I'll make a video on the modern day car scene, but a Honda Civic is a great starter car. It is a car that is reliable, it is cheap to modify, and you can have some fun with it. You can have a lot of fun with it, in fact. And if you really want to, you can make kids want to sell their dumb old V8s by just slapping one of those Nagasaki hair dryers straight up to the engine and just show them what 15 PSI can do. Or you can lightly mod it and just pull up to car meets and see what other people got going on with their car. Either way, it's up to you, but the 5th, 6th, and 7th gen Honda Civic is a great starter car. Now, the next car on this list that I'm sure won't be a surprise to many of you guys is the 1999 to 2004 Mustang GT, aka the new Edge Mustang. And if you're not a huge fan of the styling, I completely understand. A lot of people aren't, but I still think in 2019, this is a great looking car, especially when it's an actual Terminator Cobra. Then you know what? Hands down, one of the greatest looking cars from the 2000s. But even today, I still think the 2000s Mustang GTs are great looking cars, and they are not that expensive to get yourself into. And for a price of maybe $3,000 to $5,000, you can get yourself 260 horsepower with a pretty reliable engine. And even if it's not the most reliable engine, parts are very easily obtainable for it, and they are fairly cheap. And to mod this car, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And when modified, they can decimate the competition. And you can pretty much turn this car into any type of car. You want a drift car? Boom, new Edge Mustang. You want a drag car? Boom, new Edge Mustang. You want a show car? Boom, new Edge Mustang. These cars are so versatile. You can do pretty much anything you want with these cars. And I think if I were to do a drift car, a new Edge Mustang would be a very fun drift car. Chris fixes his is an SN95. It's not exactly a new Edge, but still a very nice car. And as you can see, not that hard to work on. Next car on the list, kind of the cousin to the Honda Civic, or brother, however you want to look at it, is the Integra. We're talking about the 3rd gen Integra, though, which will get you anywhere between 140 to 170 horsepower, depending on where you are and what trim you get. But still, for a car that only weighs 26 to 2,700 pounds, that ain't that bad. And this is, again, a car that can be turned into, well, not almost anything. Your options are pretty limited with this car. It's not rear-wheel drive. You can't really go drift it, but you can make them look killer, and you can make them very fun to drive. Already from the factory, they are pretty fun cars, but with a few mods, you can make them sound pretty good. I wouldn't say they are the best sounding car out there, but you can make them sound pretty good, and you can earn yourself some street cred in the car scene. But just don't go make it look like that car from the Fast and the Furious. Please don't do that. very outdated, very outdated. You don't need to do that. Bolt on a few parts, pull up to some car meets, and have some fun with this car. That's what this car is all about. You can drive all over with this car. These cars are built to last as long as the transmission holds up. Pretty much any of these that you do find on Craigslist for really cheap are going to have transmission problems. That's just the way the world works. If it's too good to be true, then yeah, it probably is. So maybe don't cheap out and buy the $1,500 one. Check out some other ones for a little bit more and make sure the transmission does shift really smooth. Just a little peacock tip there. But other than that, these cars do look pretty decent. And for what you're getting, it's not a bad deal. All right, next car on the list, the anticipated smart car. Okay, no, it's not a smart car, but it is kind of a smart car. The Mazda Miata MX-5. Pretty much any generation. They're not that expensive. Well, maybe not NC and ND, but you can probably find an NA and an NB for fairly cheap. If for a good NA, you're looking to probably spend like $5K because I know what I got, bro. But you can probably find them in decent shape for $3 to $4 grand, depending on where you are. Here in California, yeah, people really think that these things are worth a lot. Unless it's like gutted and destroyed, you're not going to be able to find one for too cheap in that good of condition unless you go find little grandma Jenny down the street who doesn't know what she's got, and you go and just offer her a couple $1,000s and she wants to help you out. She's like, oh, you could take this cute little car. You can go ahead and have it. I used to be a hairstylist anyways. Go ahead. I don't even work anymore. In that case, you'll probably find yourself a pretty good deal. But those cars, they're not meant to go super fast. We all know what they're meant for. They handle. And they are fun cars to drive. My brother does have an NC Miata, and as is the ugly duckling of the Miatas, it is still a very fun car to drive. By no means does it feel like a motorcycle. Okay, I have a motorcycle, and the NC Miata does not feel like a motorcycle on the road. It feels like a very small and peppy car. But I will give it props. It is a fun car to drive, and when you drop down the top and you're coasting down PCH, there's not really that much to complain about. It is a fun car to drive, and you can mod these very easily and very cheaply. Since this car is rear-wheel drive, you kind of can choose what you want to do with it. You want to drift a Miata? Go ahead. Maybe add a little bit more horsepower so you can get through bigger corners, but sure, you'll be okay. You want to drag Miata? Either engine swap that hoe or toss on a big old spinny snail and you'll be solid. You want to show car Miata? Seems like that's what everyone does in SoCal, so you'll fit right in with everyone else. Because it seems like everyone that has a Miata in SoCal doesn't know how to modify an engine. The engine base stays completely stock, maybe just a K&N intake, but the exterior, that's some quality looking stuff right there. Well, I'm talking rattle-canned painted fenders and cambered out wheels. But hey, that's what's in style, I guess, right now, if you're into that. But anyway, the Mazda Miata is a very good starter car, just to see if the car scene is for you. And last but not least, the car that would be a great starter car, and the last car on the list is actually any car. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Drew, that doesn't make sense. You just made a list with 5 cars, and the last car is any car, so this list is pretty much useless. You lied to us. No, it's not. You can already have a car that is not in the car scene, and you can still be in the car scene. And you can do whatever the hell you want. If you want to go pull up to the car meets in the old Tacoma, go ahead, pull up. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. And that's what kind of the car scene is about. Now, nowadays, the car scene is a lot more judgmental than it used to be. Hell, my girlfriend and her sister would pull up in a Ford Focus, an older one, a useless one, and they would feel embarrassed, so they would park super far away and walk over. That's what the car scene has done to people. It has made people who genuinely want to see other people's cars afraid to bring their own car. That's what I'm talking about. It's pretty dumb, the state of the car scene right now, and I think someone should address it, but it's just stupid. But if you're a car enthusiast, you're a car enthusiast. You can pull up in any car. It doesn't matter. If you want to go around and look at cars, no one's going to stop you. Don't let these stupid lists of, oh, you need this car to pull up. Oh, this is what you have to do to your car. You don't have to do anything to your car. Build the car for yourself and just know that in the end, if you're happy with your car, that's all that matters. I know my channel does revolve a lot around looking at shitty cars and saying jokes about them, but at the end of the day, that's what they are. They're jokes. I like to show people that you can joke about any car. You can joke about my car. You can joke about a brand new GTR. You can joke about a Lamborghini. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, if you're a car enthusiast and if you really like cars and you want to go see people actually build their cars, go to car meets, have some fun, make memories, meet people, and eventually save up for the car that you actually want. Don't feel the need to mod your first car, and don't feel the need to destroy it with Ricer mods either, unless you're really into that. Anyway, I hope this list kind of helped you guys out. If it did, please leave a thumbs up. And well, if you're new to my channel and you want to see more content like this, subscribe. Here we love to tell jokes about every type of car ever existing. So, well, just hit that subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. And don't forget to pick up some merch to support the channel. The Mustang mods were supposed to come in today. I did receive some of them, but I did not receive the ones that I really wanted. So I gotta wait. I gotta call the people that I ordered it from, and I gotta figure out where the hell my parts are. So I'll give a small update on that in the next video, but I am excited and I hope you guys are too. Until next video, peace.